case study of Startup Amsterdam. My name is Eso Segariwa, and we are the overseas rapport. So moving on, this is the content of our presentation. Yeah. So this is the objective, as we all know, the objective of the presentation. Now starting off, this is the Startup Amsterdam. Startup Amsterdam is a program run by the city of Amsterdam that brings the public and the private sector together to support the startup, the scale-up, entrepreneur, and other players in the local ecosystem. Some of the ecosystem of the Startup Amsterdam are Discover, Startup and Investors, Search Startup Jobs, Read Ecosystem Insight and Testimonial, Startup Event, and many more. So we're moving on to the next slide. This is the current service provision. The business online platform which matches Amsterdam-based companies and their employees with local volunteer opportunities. And it also stimulates female entrepreneurship and tech talent initiatives. The next slide. Yeah, this is the innovation district. It enhances the health and science startup to attract international customers and exposure. Right. Then we have the SWOT analysis, which is the strength, the weakness, the opportunities, and the threats. For the strength, it assists to scale up. It's a legal and a financial advisor. It's fundraising and investment setup. The opportunity, it increase the standard of living in Amsterdam. It assists Norwich business to maturity. It provides job opportunities. For the weakness, the lack of self-funding, and they only support ideas in Amsterdam. Then for the threat, the change of government and also political instability. Then I'm passing on to my next colleague.
Hello, I'm Nain Patel, and I'm going to discuss on the pastel analysis of Startup Amsterdam. The first factor is the political, in that the size of government budget. So national and the local governments are running deficit budgets in Amsterdam. The second one is the government rules and regulations. So the government adheres to all the rules and regulations under the World Trade Organization norms. The third one is the political government system. So based on the information provided in the Amsterdam World Trade Center's case study, the country has a stable political system. So we're going to implement the stable political environment, the base strategies. So second one is the economic factors. So GDP trend and rate of economic growth. The higher GDP growth rate results in upliftment in the economy. Second one is the employment rate. Higher the employment will affect in two ways. Firstly, it will provide adequate customers for the product. Second one is expensive for companies to hire skillful employees. Third one is the social factors. So educational level in society. The education level of society impacts both the quality of jobs and the level of income as well. Second one is the attitude towards the authority. So civilians of the Amsterdam has a positive attitude towards the society, so it will be fruitful for the Startup Amsterdam. The third one is the attitude towards savings. So compared to the China, there's a lower saving culture in Amsterdam. So it's currently the 15% compared to China. And the fourth one is the technological factor. So preparedness for 5G related infrastructure. So countries worldwide are trying to prepare themselves to install 5G infrastructure. And Amsterdam have been working on it as well. So acceptance of the mobile payments and fintech services as well. So mobile payment is one of the area where the US is lacking behind China, but it will be of uplift in the trend of it as well. The fifth one is the environmental factors. So influence of the climate change, and the second one is the level of consumer activities regarding the government environmental concerns as well. And so the government will implement the systems and that in which the climate and the environment will be saved in the future. And the second one is the legal factors. So as according to the government law, the workers can work up to 40 to 45 hours per week. I'm going to pass to my colleague to the next slide.
Hi, my name is Akran Nauruz, and this slide about the Porter's 5 forces. And the first force is the competitive rivalry. According to the 2019-2022 Amsterdam report, the Amsterdam is well known as a European leader Startup Amsterdam is a new public-private action program that strengthens the Amsterdam ecosystem for promoting startups and scale-ups. They are driving Amsterdam's growth as a startup and scaling hub where innovative company can grow sustainably, leveraging the Amsterdam's potential to forever claim its place among the top 5 European regions for innovation and entrepreneurship. The second force is the threat of entrance. Other companies are trying to enter the technology hub. However, the government regulation and laws are measured by barriers against new entrants. It is difficult for companies to be recognized as trusted startup hubs. Third force is the threat of the substitute. They use the new technologies such as the robotization and artificial intelligence to improve and protect the item is distinctive and difficult to replicate. The bargaining power of suppliers. The organization and investors, they have the same interest, and they both want to the startups get success. And the last bargaining power of the last forces is the bargaining power of customers. They support and stimulate international startups, female entrepreneurs, and use with a migrant background to become acquainted with the tech world or to follow a tech course. Now I'm gonna pass the slide to my next colleague.
Okay, thanks. This is Islam. I'm going to talk about value chain analysis. Considering the primary and support activities of this company, the value chain of this company investigated due to find out the competitive advantages which can be analyzed by the VRIN test. Next slide. VRIN test has 4 parts: valuable, rarity, inimitability, and non-substitutability. Valuable, innovative, and diverse ecosystem for sustainability, which is going to add value for this company. And then rarity, this company is using the latest tech-based products, for example, artificial intelligence. Next one is inimitability. The product and services offered by this company can be copied by the competitors. Finally, non-substitutability, creating insight in supply and demand through research. For example, in 2018, they investigated the health sectors for the companies which is going to enter internationally. Next, I'm going to pass our next colleague to present next.
Why issues to start up. First, we have protecting a legal right. For an entrepreneur in new intake will try and protect its rights of a business. Then increasing competition. There are so many competitors in it, so it needs to protect. It needs to know how to win customers. Management issues, the funding. To get fund is hard. So these are the contemporary issues for a startup to think about. Then scaling up, how to increase in its business. And the next slide. Then this one, recommendation to grow and improve Amsterdam local environment. First of all, is to enhance its proper technology. Always, Amsterdam is going into AI technology. So we are saying Amsterdam should do a proper technology. Then the other one is establish many more hubs and supportive programs like Startup Amsterdam that encourages a small-scale startup. The next one is always try to understand the proper pain and create services that that solve the pain points. The next one. These are the implementation plan.